It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap. This is what an ace looks like.
And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get the win again. They sweep the Snakes, a perfect homestand for your boys in blue. They get the dub on a score of 5-3, and the Bats, they came alive once again. Julio Urias, not his best night. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but the big news right now is the Giants are trailing the Padres up in San Francisco, and with this win, the Dodgers can pull within a game and a half in the NL West. We have so much to get into. Your Dodgers are on fire. They're 32-10 since July 31st. That's a 123-win pace. Everyone wondered if the Dodgers were ever going to go on a run. Well, they have, and they are. But let's get into the mix here. Who's your player of the game? How you guys feeling about the division race at the moment? Let me know down below in the comment section. But let's get into this into these comments, guys. You guys are on fire already. Perfect homestand. Now, hopefully, the worthless Madres don't find some way to blow it. Yeah, my Padres, yes, I said it. If you're playing the Giants, they're my Padres because we need them to win, and hopefully they win tomorrow, and the Dodgers can go into Cincinnati only trailing the Giants in the division by a game. That would be huge. But here we go. What's up, D-Mac? What up, Fletcher Hall over on YouTube? 92_Rick Fisherman. Let's go, Doug. Let's go, 92_Rick Fisherman. Let's go, Dodgers, and the Giants guys, oh wait, my bad, messed that up. Drop some sweep emojis, some broom emojis, and some snake emojis for the sweep of the Snakes. Great win, Dodgers. Great homestand sweep. Fire, fire, fire. Blue Magic. What up, Blue Magic? LFG Dodgers. Let's go, Pods. Shout out to my Kenley Truthers. Yeah, Kenley Jansen, since being booed off the mound at Dodger Stadium, has a 1.17 ERA, the lowest batting average against in the all of Major League Baseball for relievers with a minimum of 20 innings pitched. It's just above 110 at this point, and Kenley Jansen has put in some work. A lot of people were criticizing the Dodger Stadium crowd because of how they booed Kenley Jansen. They thought it was classless. They thought he didn't deserve it for everything he's done for this franchise, the all-time career saves leader. Yes, that is true, and that's cool, but guess what? The boos helped. Kenley Jansen has turned into a different pitcher since then. Of course, there was other things in play. His sequencing is better. You're seeing the velo on the cutter. You're seeing the movement on the cutter. You're seeing the way he utilized that two-seamer and that slider. I think it's very impressive what Kenley Jansen's been able to do. And tonight, another bit goes out there, gets this done. His 345th career save, the all-time saves leader for the Dodgers, and it's nice to see him get on a roll. Bottom of the lineup again today, but it was so dominant by Kenley Jansen. He goes out there, 12 pitches, 8 for strikes, and you saw 1 for 3 on first pitch strikes, but you saw some swing and miss. You saw him go out there and just really take care of business with ease. And yes, it is the lowly Diamondbacks, but seeing Kenley Jansen going out there, focusing, putting some work in, I think is really big. And I think that having him as an asset, as someone that can help this team, as far as unlike just kind of having him really give you a fear and having you kind of worry about what he's giving you on the mound, I think that's going to bode well for this team because, look, this bullpen has some depth to it, and Kenley Jansen being a key contributor, that's going to go a long way. If we can trust him to get the occasional save in the postseason, to come out there and get those final 3 outs, let Blake Tryon, let Alex Vesia, who today Dave Roberts said is the high-leverage lefty out of the pen, and make no question about it, he is that guy. If it weren't for those people rushing the field today, maybe he would have finished that inning, kind of messed up his rhythm. But, hey, let's go. Let's get back in this comment comment section. How are you guys feeling about the division? You guys know how confident I am about winning this division, and we got Mark Melancon on the mound, the guy who took Kenley's all-star spot and really led to that snub, which may have led to those 3 blown saves following the All-Star break. He's out there trying to get the Giants out, and hopefully, like I said, the Padres. Dodgers off tomorrow, and Giants play the Padres tomorrow. So hopefully our Padres can go get the win. I know it sounds crazy to say it, but we got to be rocking our UPS Brown, our Brown and goal tomorrow. Perfect 6-0 homestand. Yeah, the first time they had a perfect homestand since the beginning of the season. That's how long it's been. And to watch this Dodger team take care of business against the Diamondbacks and the Padres, who are in the thick of it for the wild card spot, and to take care of business. And you see all the hits that the Dodgers were getting this series, and I think that was one of the big takeaways. Up and down this lineup, you're seeing the offense get going, and that is huge. That is huge for this Dodger team. Tonight, another big night for the offense coming in there and just taking care of business, and that's what this team needs to do. 14 hits for the Dodgers in this tonight's game. So that's big. On the year, they're averaging a little over 8 hits per game. You want to get into double-digit hits. You want to get 4+ runs. That is the recipe for success. That usually leads to dubs for this Dodger team, and they got it done against this Diamondbacks squad that is, let's be honest, probably the worst team in baseball and the worst team in a good amount of time. But here we go. Hit that like button. Let's go. Dodgers, Max Muncy keeping track of the Padres Giants. Yeah, it looks like they're 1 out away. It's 0-1. Padres up 10. D-Mac, did you see Trey beat out that throw? Curve match. I did see Trey Turner beat out that throw. And that was amazing. That was incredible to see Trey Turner to beat that out. The bottom of the 6th inning, Beatty was hit by a pitch, Betts singled to right. Then Max Muncy ground into that double play, and then Trey Turner, he reached on that infield single, and that scored Matt Beatty. That made it 5-3 Dodgers, gave you that nice little cushion, that little insurance run, because you keep it close. This is Major League Baseball. Yes, they're the Diamondbacks, but anything can happen, and you never know, and you want to put yourself in a position to have as comfortable as a lead as you can possibly manufacture. And having him run that out, I was just blown away. I mean, that makes it 5-3 Dodgers following, and you just see the speed. Look, there's guys out there. There's the Tim LeCastros, but guess what? Tim LeCastro doesn't hit near the Mendoza line. He's about 180 in that range. So he, to me, is the biggest weapon, the most explosive guy with his speed in the league. Look, I'm telling you, if he's in a school zone, he better not be running because he will get a ticket. They will pull him over if he's running. That is how fast he is. I mean, this guy is just absolutely lightning on the base pass. He's a Bugatti on the base pass. He's got like jet propellers in his legs or something like that. Sonic the Hedgehog, beep beep, whatever you want to call it. This guy's a flat-out stud, and he does change the game with his speed, and it was evidence right there on that play. But here we go. We got D-Mac. What up? Padres up 9-5. Justin Turner is my player of the game. That's from Joe Bennett over on Facebook. Yeah, Justin Turner is a guy that is really, really starting to get hot. You saw the home run. You saw the double the other night, and you're starting to see those extra base hits pile up for Justin Turner now, and that to me is you're seeing the slug again with JT, and I think that's a really, really big development because, look, he's 36 years old, and we were wondering if he was going to drop off because of that hot start, making the All-Star team. Had a little bit of a slump there. He definitely was slumping since the beginning of September, but he has picked it up, and especially in this series, now up to 25 home runs. I'm hoping he can get a few more, and at age 36, will be able to set a new career high. He's hit 27 home runs twice in his career, once in 2016 and once in 2019. So I really hope he can get to that 30 home run mark. That would be a big career achievement for JT. And he was fantastic again tonight. Justin Turner, you saw in tonight's game, he goes up there and it gets a hit in his first 3 at-bats. He finished his night going 3 for 4. He scored 2 runs, and I like him in where they're putting him in that lineup too. They got Trey Turner in that 3-hole, and tonight Trey Turner had that infield single, goes 1 for 4. But having Justin Turner have a guy that has those elite bat-to-ball skills towards the middle of that lineup, I think is going to help when we see these cold spells that the team tends to get into at times. So I think it's definitely going to pay dividends in the postseason, having guys that can get their bat on the baseball. You know what Mookie Betts and Muncy and Trey Turner and Corey Seager, he's just quietly been tearing it apart. He went 1 for 4 tonight as well. But, yeah, Justin Turner has definitely turned it up of late. And it's definitely something that this Dodger team really, really needed. Way to go, LA. We got the sweep emojis from Patrick Cullen. Padres up 9-5. I love the updates, guys. Let's go D-Mac. No, let's go Diane Schroeder. How you doing, Diane Schroeder? Always rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show here on the 1049 show. You guys are hardcore. So we got keep the hips moving, Kenley. Yeah, I like that. Just activates it. Just activates it right there. And, yeah, you saw him go in there, and he's poised. He's confident. He's up there, and he's trusting his stuff. And that's the big thing for Kenley Jansen. I think that, look, yes, he has faced the bottom of the lineup during some of these key saves, but I think that's a big confidence builder for Kenley Jansen, and the numbers speak for themselves. Like I said, the lowest batting average against for any reliever with a minimum of 20 innings pitched, and also a 1.17 ERA since getting booed off the mound. And it's a more than a sample size. It is a more than just a fluke at this point. He has completely bounced back from that bad outing he had. So looks like we got a single. Looks like the Giants might pick up a run here to make it 9-6. But let's go to this player. Yeah, I mean, Kenley Jansen, can't say enough about him. We're talking about Julio Urias. What are your thoughts on Julio Urias tonight? Tonight he goes, he leads the game early. You saw the velo on the fastball was down 1.4 miles per hour. The yearly average at 94.2. Tonight he was averaging 92.8 on the heater. He topped out at 95 miles per hour. Then on the slur of the curve, that was down 2.3 miles per hour. That topped out at 81.3, and then the changeup down 2.7 miles per hour for him as well. Only 5 swings and misses. He got 3 on the fastball, 2 on the curveball. He just didn't have that pinpoint command. He was pulling a little bit. I didn't think his sequencing was as good as we've seen it this year. He ends up throwing 54% fastballs, 33% slurves, and the changeup 13% of the time. But all in all, I think that it was good to get him out the game early. I mean, is he dealing with some arm fatigue? I definitely think that has to be a possibility at this point, considering that he's already doubled the amount of innings he's thrown in a season. So his previous high was 79 and a third innings pitched that he set back in 2019. And heading into today, you saw he ends up going, let's see, he goes 5 innings, had 5 punch-outs, give up 2 earned runs, 76 pitches, 47 for strikes for Julio. And like I said, on the year, his innings heading into tonight, 163 and a third. So, yeah, I mean, they're getting up there. I mean, they're definitely getting up there. I mean, considering it was 79 and 2/3 in 2019. So that's a factor. I don't think it's anything serious or anything like that. By the way, the Padres did just finish the job against the Giants. So let's go Dodgers. Yes. Give me a let's go. You give me a let's go Dodgers. How you guys feeling about that? The Dodgers now within a game and a half of the NL West with 16 to play. And, yeah, that was good times. I think one of my lights just went out, but it's all good. So it'll be a little Dodgers Nation post-game show after dark. It's all good. But here we go. Kenley is tough. This is like kind of that Godfather lighting. I mean, I'm a reasonable post-game show host. I don't know. Here we go. KJ looked amazing. Gained ground. It's not over. Hey, Eric, are you sure it's not over? Because at the time they did gain ground because they gained a half a game, and now they gained another half a game. So now they're just a game and a half. So I was feeling confident about this one, and looks like we were right on this one. But here we go. 2 outs. Pooh Brown and P. Yellow. 2 outs. Well, boys, today must have been Simpsons Day because it was Snakes clubbing season. San Diego 9-5 of the 9th. I think the Dodgers are lining up at the right time, which is the most important thing. Yeah, I mean, look, no one has played better than the Dodgers since July 31st. The record indicates that they're 32-10 since July 31st. They've won 24 of their last 34 games. That is a 125-win pace for a 162-game season, and they are putting it all together. You're seeing the Dodgers going out there and taking care of business and keeping pace with this Giants team, and they're just waiting for the Giants to crack. And when they do, the Dodgers are going to be right there to leapfrog them in the division. And I definitely see that coming very shortly here, and I definitely see the Dodgers. Look, Cincinnati is reeling right now. Cincinnati is reeling. They lost another series again, and this time to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're on fumes at this point. That is going to lead to them playing desperate, but the Dodgers should go up there with a full complement of arms, a full 5-man rotation for the first time in what seems to be forever. And I think this Dodgers offense is going to get into carry mode too. So speed wins close games. I agree with that. Daniel Lawrence, D-Mac, do you think we are bringing back Seager? That's a very good question. I'm really torn on that if you want my honest opinion. I definitely think that he's a guy that, look, what I always talk about when it comes to Corey Seager is the fact John Heyman reported that before the season, the Dodgers, they did try to make him an offer. They are interested in locking up Corey Seager. It wasn't a situation like a Manny Machado situation where they just were never interested in Manny Machado. They weren't making him offers. They didn't want him to stay in L.A. And look, you guys know I'm cool with Manny Machado. I think he's a great player, but the Dodgers, they didn't want him, okay? And I wouldn't want to sign him. He's kind of a fun guy to have on another team. But the Dodgers do want Corey Seager to stay in L.A. The only issue is Corey Seager is he's balling, man. He's really just really putting it together after coming off of that returning from that broken hand. He's just been really one of the better players in all of Major League Baseball. And he's hitting, in his last 28 games, hitting .293 with an .891 OPS, 7 doubles, 4 home runs, 17 strikeouts to 15 walks, too. That's another thing when it comes to Corey Seager that you really like to see is he's just continuing to evolve as a player. You guys know I call him the human hit tool, and it's just so impressive what he's able to do with the stick. And I would love to see him back in Los Angeles if that comes with an agreement at an inevitable position change. But I think that when it comes to Corey Seager, not a lot of people talking about it, but it's that walk rate. It is, save for those 27 games in his when he first came up in 2015, he's never posted a walk rate this high. He's at 11.8%. Last year, that was at 7.3%. The K percentage is slightly up. The ISO power is slightly down too. But, yeah, I mean, he's a guy you want to bring back. It just, to me, it depends on the contract he's looking for. If he's willing to give LA that hometown discount and potentially move to third base at some point. You do have the DH, I think, come in next year in the National League. So we'll see. But here we go. Kenley and Dak Prescott got the same hip trainer. Yeah, exactly. That's funny, man. Yeah. Dak Prescott, man, geez, should have picked him on my fantasy team. Thanks for rubbing it, Anthony Keene. Love my Dodgers. Strider, hear you. D-Mac, Dodgers are 1.5 games behind Giants. Hope we can catch up to the Giants one game at a time. Strider, hear you. 120, I hear you loud and clear. That is the mentality. The Dodgers, they are chipping away. You can feel they're taking it one pitch, one inning at a time. You can't make every game back in one game. You have to go out there and compete and beat teams because these teams aren't going to beat themselves. Like I said, it's easy to win. It's easy to lose. It's hard to win in Major League Baseball. And the Dodgers are going out there and on a business-like approach, game in and game out, and taking care of business. And you saw that on display once again. I think the Dodgers going out there with Julio Urias not having his best stuff, but still coming out on top. I think it was really huge for the Dodgers to come back and really, I think the big key of the inning, I really think the big key inning tonight was that bottom of the 4th inning. And we're going to break that down in just a second. But I want to get back into your takes, guys. Here we go. One of the lights here at the DNHQ studio here, 3 just went down. So it's a little darker today. It's like a shadow. It's like a shadow right here. Maybe it's like never mind. Julio, I think this is the first indication that Dave is not going to overuse Julio. That's from Diane Schroeder. Yeah, look, I don't think – that's a great point, Diane. I don't think we're going to be heading back to the bubble wrap era where they're very protective of Julio Urias. They just know when you see the numbers, when you see the pitch mix, when you see the velocity, when you see him going out there, him not having his best stuff. Today he was grinding. It was a fight for Julio tonight, but still, end of the day – considering, look, since July 1st, he had a 1.69 ERA heading into tonight. So that's the lowest in Major League Baseball. And the good thing about Julio Urias, he did get the win. I'm not a big wins guy. Like I said, to me, wins are like AOL Instant Messenger or VHSs or things like that. Things that are, I think, a little obsolete, but still 18-3, nothing to sniff at. And it just showed, look, the run support is what it is, over 7 runs per game. But he still gave you 5 innings today of 2 earned runs, just gave up those 3 hits, and he kind of left some fastballs over the heart of the plate that that they were able to hit. Let's break down those innings right now with Julio Urias. So you saw the top of the 4th inning. So on a 3-2 count, he missed with that slurve to Marte, issued the leadoff walk. Look, there's nothing worse than a leadoff walk. It is going to lead to a run more than 50% of the time, and that's usually a recipe for runs, so for the opposition. So he issues that leadoff walk, and then he gets Kelly to fly out for the first out. And then the first pitch to Walker, he singles to center, left a fastball, middle of the plate, and that gave the D-backs runners on first and second with 1 out. Then on the 8th pitch, he gets Rojas to ground to Turner, and they try to turn 2, but with the speed, he's a lefty coming out of that box. They weren't able to turn it, and Marte, he advanced to third on the plate. Then on the first pitch to Rojas, he takes second. Oh, no, first pitch to Ramos. Rojas takes second, giving the D-backs runners on second and third with 2 outs. And then on a 1-0 pitch, Ramos singled to center, right past Seager, scoring Marte and Rojas, and giving the D-backs a 2-1 lead, only the second time in the homestand that the Dodgers were trailing. That is how dominant they've been in this 6-game stretch, and he left another fastball over the middle of the plate. Julio was missing, like I said, with that heater tonight. Didn't have that pinpoint command. He wasn't locating it as well as we've seen it. We've seen him really paint the edges and have it set up that cambio, set up that slurve, and just throw past guys at certain counts. Tonight, it wasn't there all night for Julio, but like I said, he was battling, but that pitch you saw just miss. He hit it into center field, and they were able to get those 2 runs. And then the first pitch to Young, he flied to right for the 3rd out. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits in that inning. But here we go. What up, D-Mac? 1.5 games, 1.5 games. Let's go, Dodgers. Let's do this. 1 game by tomorrow afternoon. Let's go. That's the mentality. Leaf Vera. Let's go for the tomorrow. Like I expect all of us, man. If you're working, if you're at home, we got to be paying attention to that game. Send all those vibes. Give the Padres those good vibes. Like I said, UPS Brown, Gold tomorrow, and yeah, I think that. What has Brown done? What does Brown do for you? Well, hopefully for us, they get us a win against the Padres. They get the split, and look, like I said, they're in the thick of it themselves. They're a team that is trying. Look, St. Louis is coming, and the Reds are flailing at the moment. Dodgers really need to go up there and take care of business with them. But yeah, I mean, the Dodgers really have to go and get that because look, I mean. As of right now, Padres, they're fighting for their wild card lives. They're a game behind the Cardinals in the division, yeah, they need to go up there and get a win. Hopefully, they do. I think the Cardinals might make the wild card strider here. I think that's a really strong possibility at this point. And look how much Wainwright was dealing against the Dodgers. This guy was in his bag, pitched one of the best games of the year for himself, and definitely in Major League Baseball. He was fantastic going that deep into the game, and in the second half, he's really been one of the best starters in Major League Baseball. So that's definitely something the Dodgers might have to deal with, and that's why you don't want to have to deal with it. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to play in that one game, do or die, winner take all, wild card game. You want to give yourself that nice division win, that nice division round at home in the friendly confines of Dodger Stadium, and you know that's the mission, that's the goal. This team knows the streak it has. Look, yesterday, the playoffs for the 9th straight years, that was no small feat. That was the 3rd longest streak. That is currently the 3rd longest streak in the history of Major League Baseball. Only the Braves and the Yankees have longer streaks from the 90s and in the 2000s. So that's such a accomplishment, but this team knows it doesn't want to celebrate a wild card game berth. They want that division. Like I said, the NL West is the Dodgers and the rest, and they're out to prove that. But is Julio going to pitch on his bobblehead night? Seager fits LA is to Hollywood. Seager fits LA. Manny is to Hollywood for LA. Blue Magic. Careless Whisper, let's go Dodgers. Let's go Padres tomorrow. Yeah, man. Hey, we are the Friar Faithful right now. I don't care. Dumb or Dumber reference. Yeah, you know how to do it. Julio, here we go. Got to change these postseason rules. Sucks to see a 100-win team have to play a wild card game. That's a great point. We've talked about that on this show. I think that the easy move there is you make the team with a better record only have to win one game like we saw in the NBA bubble postseason format, and you make the team with a lesser record have to win 2 games. That, to me, is what I would do. I do like having the extra team in there, having more teams involved. It's definitely better for baseball because look, you see some of these stadiums out around the league. It is empty. It's a lot of empty stadiums because there's teams that don't have much to play for. You got football starting up. You got all kinds of different stuff, and I think baseball has a lot of work to do when it comes to just reworking the quality of their product. But yeah, I mean, having the extra team, I think, is beneficial. I don't think it should be a series. I think that, and then also another thing you can do, I mean, I still like the divisions. I really do. I still think that there's pride in the divisions, and I'm all for having the division winners be able to guarantee themselves a 5-game series. I have no issue with that, but it just doesn't sit well when a Dodgers team, they are on pace now to win 104 games, and that would tie them with the second most wins they've ever had in this division streak, where they've won the 9 straight. They won 104 games back in 2017. So the thought of throwing that team, the marquee team, the flagship team in Major League Baseball, where anything can happen in one game, I think it's potentially dangerous for the sport itself, let alone the Dodgers franchise. So I definitely am in a full agreement with you, Anthony Keene, on that one. Machado might have gotten a legit offer if he had been Charlie Hustle down the line. Yeah, Charlie Hustle. He called it Johnny Hustle. But yeah, isn't it funny? Periscope is still around. Periscope is like the Undertaker. Just the coffin just comes up and you think it's done, but nope, it's still around. Padres beat the Giants only a half game. Yep, Manny doesn't mind playing for a swag chain. Bring on Cincinnati. AJ comes back. Who sits? Roy Estrada. With the way I think that AJ Pollock is coming back and he's playing, and then Chris Taylor's dealing with that neck injury at the moment. He's a guy he's going to have a significant role somewhere in the outfield. I think the easy call really is is CT3 playing center and AJ Pollock playing left. And Cody Bellinger is seeing the adjustments. You're seeing a approach at the plate where he's trying to be a line drive hitter. He's trying to put the ball in play. He's trying to use all fields. But you're not. We saw the double yesterday. You saw him get the productive out today, which led to a run, which I thought was big, especially for Cody Bellinger at the moment. But I think the Dodgers it's really a meritocracy at this point. With some of these positions, they're going to play the guys that are productive. And I think that A.J. Pollock, 51 hits in the second half of the season, that still leads the Dodgers. So there's no way they're keeping him out of that lineup. And then Chris Taylor, he's a guy that has been monster all season long. He has really slumped of late. I think that this is a little bit – this could benefit him. I'm not saying it's a phantom IL or anything like that, but this time off could definitely benefit Chris Taylor in the fact that he's played so many games this season, and he definitely looks fatigued. He's been late on a lot of fastballs that we've seen him crush this season. So how about them Cardinals? Okay, the Cardinals, man. Cardinals, to me, I feel like, yeah, they're a rival for sure, man. I mean, not like a Giants rival or anything like that, but to me, it's like the Dodgers and the Giants, they're the two teams in the National League. They're like the flagship franchises of the NL, and I think that's kind of who we kind of compete with when it comes to kind of franchise prestige. Let's go Padres hey, my man Steven Toe, $9.99. You know where that's going. That's going to the carne asada fries, and then once whatever's left over from that will go to whatever beverage I'm feeling of the night, and then after that, it's going to the Max Scherzer contract pot, because we got to bring back Mad Max. What do you guys think about that? But thanks a lot. I really appreciate you, my man Steven Toe. The back-to-back stolen base was disrespectful. Yeah, definitely was. It was funny. Urias fatigue. Vila was down, missing locations. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we talked about on this one. But like I said, I thought it was so big, that top of the fourth inning. Let's talk about that. Actually, the bottom of the fourth inning. So Justin Turner gets the leadoff single, banged a changeup at the top of the zone into center field, and then on a 1-2 count, Will Smith doubled to deep left on a changeup. That put the Dodgers in business with runners on second and third, no outs, and then Bellinger, he hits a fastball away, grounds to short. That scored Justin Turner to tie things up at 2. And then Gavin Lux, first pitch, he singled to right, scoring Will Smith. L.A. regained the lead at 3-2 at that point. And then Julio Urias, one of the best bunters in the league as far as pitchers go. I mean, he just has that nice soft touch. He knows how to induce soft contact as a pitcher. He also knows how to do it in the box as a hitter. He lays down that sac bunt, advances Lux to second, and then on a 2-1 count, Mookie, he ripped a Kelly curveball to left. It looked like it was going for extra bases for sure, and then Rojas, he made a fantastic catch to end the inning. What is up with left field? You saw the Tauchman rob job on Albert Pujols, which should have been a walk-off earlier in the year, and then we saw this play, a nice play. Lots of nice plays out and left from the opposition this year. Then a nice bounce back by the Dodgers. Like I said, they didn't lay down. They came out and said, no, we're going to retake this lead the very next inning, and I thought that was massive, and so that was huge. But here we go. Did he just say UPS? I'm dead. Oh, yeah. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That's from Blue Magic. Let's go Dodgers, Sermon King. Let me go lightning round on these takes, guys. Give me your hottest Dodger take anytime. You know I find the hot takes, man. Joseph Gonzalez, I smell a game 163 on the horizon. Yeah, and it would be up in the Bay. That would be epic. I hope it doesn't come to that, though. I really don't. I really think the Dodgers are just so I just like what I'm seeing up and down this lineup. Starters are coming together. Clayton Kershaw coming back. How about Tony Gonsolin? Let's talk about Tony Smokes a little bit, too, because he was fantastic yesterday. You're seeing how comfortable he is. He's not worrying about that shoulder. He's not overthrowing. He's just letting it come out. You're seeing the release point is much better than where it was before he went on that IL. He looks healthy. To me, this is as good as Tony Smokes has looked, the Gunslinger, since August of 2020. And remember, he went on to win Baseball America's Rookie of the Year. So I'm very excited about his progress. Clayton Kershaw, that's when he has the slider, he's going to be quality. And he's not going to be a top 5 pitcher anymore, but he's going to go out there and he's going to give you some length. He's going to go out there and compete. And it's just about locating that heater. You saw the velocity wasn't fantastic. He's going to need a couple starts to hopefully get it to the 91 range, occasionally hit 92. But like I said, when you're throwing that slide piece at a 47% clip, over that actually, I think it's like 47.5 at this point, the curveball is the Cooperstown curve, so we know how effective he can be with that. So I think that having all the starters back, that is going to allow this bullpen to every other day. The bullpen is almost like your cell phone battery, right? And you don't get the full charge. It's like you're on vacation. It feels like your cell phone's never fully charged. Well, they're going to get a chance to kind of charge up with these starters being back. And you got Max Scherzer and Walker Buehler. I think Butane's a competitor. I don't know if he'll win the Cy Young, but I think he's going to make a run and want to flush away that giant start and go out there and have a much better start. And we'll see if his arm really gets going again. You're going to see that electric stuff. So I'm feeling good about the rotation from that standpoint as well. Home field advantage a big deal. Long relief. Home field advantage is a big deal, no question about it. But of all the major sports, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA, it is the least of a big deal of the three if you look at the numbers. So there's that. I mean, just look at the Nationals. They come in here. They won Game 5 in 2019. They won Game 7 on the road in Houston. They're a team that, they smoked the Cardinals. So, look, I mean, I agree with you, though. I mean, look, especially when the Dodgers are the best home team in baseball. So that's definitely something you want to account for, too. Right now, the Dodgers are 52-23 at Chavez Ravine. That is where I want to be playing. One, because I want to hear the roar of the stadium, the "Let's Go Dodgers," right? And you want to see the towels waving. You want to see those wedding gown white uniforms, the best in the game. So I'm with you. But we won't win a wild card game playing. We have the Roberts factor. LK. Well, I mean, say what about Dave Roberts, but Dave Roberts has the team that has had almost 40 pitchers this season, has been decimated by injuries, on pace to win 104 games, and possibly finish with the best record in Major League Baseball. And I got some bad news for the Dave detractors. He's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. So it'll be funny to see if you guys go to his Hall of Fame speech at Cooperstown and you talk about how terrible of a manager he is. I mean, you saw what Justin Turner said about Dave Roberts yesterday. I thought that was pretty. I mean, you guys know I'm not like my name's not Doug Roberts. I'm not Dave Roberts' son or anything like that. But I do think that one of the things people don't see is the buy-in that he gets from his players. It is the positive vibes he brings on a day in and day out basis. And look, there's been a lot of times where this team just hit an absolute low. We're talking about getting no hit on the combined no hitter. We're talking about getting shutout. We're talking about back-to-back blown saves against the rival Giants in what felt like the biggest series of the year. We're talking about some low lows, and you saw what Justin Turner said yesterday. Justin Turner said he's been great for us since the first day he put the Dodgers uniform on as our manager. He's a positive guy, and he loves the game. He loves his players. We love going out there and competing for him, so I can't say enough about him and what he's done, and we're going to do everything we can to go out there and win him another championship. So, look, I think what you got to know is this locker room, this clubhouse, they love Dave Roberts. They don't like Dave Roberts. They literally love Dave Roberts. So, I mean, next time you see one of the players, make sure you tell them how much you hate Dave Roberts. I'm sure they appreciate that. Did Walker lose the Cy Young? Sports cards, report cards. I think he's still in the mix. There's no question about it, but I do think it's starting to feel like a two-horse race between it is starting to feel like a two-horse race at this point with Max Scherzer and Corbin Burnes. But Walker Buehler, he's right there in the mix. Right now, at the moment, Buehler at 2.32 ERA. That's good for third in Major League Baseball. Right behind Corbin Burnes is 2.25, and then Max Scherzer at 2.17. Now, what Buehler does have, which I think deserves a lot of consideration, is those innings pitched. Walker Buehler, 186 innings pitched this year. Corbin Burnes, 152. Max Scherzer, 162. And if you look at Walker Buehler, he has a .95 whip. Corbin Burnes, a .91. And Max Scherzer a .82. And if you look at the WAR, they're all right in the mix with each other. But I do think that the dominance of Corbin Burnes, how they're ending the season. But look, I definitely look. I mean, if Walker Buehler goes out there, gives you 8 strong, and maybe he flourishes with a no-hitter, he can get right back in this thing. So it's definitely not over for Walker Buehler. I'll tell you that much. Walker Buehler can definitely still win the NL Cy Young. It's closer than a lot of people realize at the moment. But thank you, Padres. Do you think there's more pressure? Thank you, Padres. I think Mad Max will win the Cy Young. What do you think, Doug? Joe Bennett. Joe Bennett from Facebook. I definitely think right now, after the last outing he had, an immaculate inning, throwing his 3,000th strikeout, taking a perfect game into the 8th inning, 5 outs away, it definitely feels like he has the momentum. And also, if you're the voters, they pay attention to narratives. They understand that, who knows, he's 37 years old. The way he's pitching, he might be dominant into his 40s, but you never know how many chances he's going to get at winning that 4th Cy Young. And if you win that 4th Cy Young, you enter the exclusive class. There's only a few guys that have won 4 Cy Youngs or more. Greg Maddux and Steve Carlton, they've won 4 Cy Youngs. And then Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson has won 5, and Roger Clemens has won 7. So that is rarefied air for Max Scherzer if he can get into that club. But me, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. I love, you guys know, I love Mad Max. I really want Buehler to get it because of the year he's had. And Scherzer's getting all the pub, all the shine right now. But Walker Buehler, this team would not be in the position it is in if he hasn't carried this team all season long. And like I said, look at those innings: 186 for Butane, 162 for Max Scherzer. So look, I mean, he's still going to get those innings up, but I mean, 24 more innings. That's a few. That's 3 starts. That's like 3 starts. So, I really hope Buehler wins it. I think that the way Max is pitching, the way he's going to finish this year, I do think that he probably wins it. I will selfishly be rooting for my man Butane, though. I'll tell you that much. And I definitely think he still has a chance. But who knows? Maybe Corbin Burnes says, "Hey, screw you guys. I'm winning it." So it's possible. We got just for historical reasons, GoFundMe with the Mad Max. There we go. Irish loves life. This was San Francisco's game to lose versus San Diego. San Francisco ace versus their ace against San Diego's Johnny Holstaff. SF taking 3 out of 4. Very possible. Would not be surprised with the way their season is going. So it's definitely something. Look, I'm more shocked when they lose than when they win at this point. I even thought, look, man, 9-5, who cares what it is? They're going to try to come out and win. But look, Kevin Gausman, ERA close to 4 since July, since the crackdown, and ERA over 4 since July 1st. So to act like he's some flat-out ace in the second half, the numbers don't back that up. He had a 1.51 ERA before the sticky stuff crackdown. That's why I call him Kevin Guzman. And you see, look, but he can still be effective, no question about it. If he has that splitter and he's working the bottom of the zone, we know what he can do. And then Pierce Johnson, if he goes out there, and I just think that the Padres, their offense kind of came alive tonight too. So I think that the Padres can win. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, but I definitely, let's just say I'm going to be paying close attention to that game. Let's go Dodgers. Anytime you see that, you're not going to get one of these. Gonzo looked good from Gary A. Catman looked the best he's looked in forever. Yeah, man, I got to get a meow sound, right? Meow. Mookie looks locked in. Hector Rodas, I was saying, I've been thinking the same thing too. Early in the year, it was clear he wasn't 100%. Dealing with maybe some back, maybe some hip. I mean, for sure some hip, maybe some back. But the adjustment to that top hand, the way he's getting to the ball, and the way you're seeing those vintage Mookie rips. You saw one late in today's game, ripping those doubles to left field. That is his signature hit, and you saw him. Anytime you see him doing that with regularity, that is what excites me. And you saw him be able to do that tonight. So that was big. And then you also saw him. You saw him steal third, which was big too. And he just ripped that four-seamer from Ramirez late in the game and was able to finish 2 for 5 today. You're not seeing the chase, too. You're not seeing the chase. You're seeing that he's not expanding the strike zone like we saw him early on in the year. And that, to me, was when I knew something was off. He was chasing pitches high. He was chasing pitches away. You're not seeing that anymore as often from Mookie Betts, and I agree with you 100%. He definitely is looking locked in, and this is the time of the year that you want to do that. I am a Jansen detractor. Hey, man, like I said, guys, we can agree or disagree on everything on the show, but it's all good. That's what it's about. We can debate it. So it makes it more fun. It wouldn't be as fun if we agree on everything, right? And to answer your question, you guys know I call it the California Adventure. I'm never going to be one of those guys and sit here and say that I stuck with Kenley Jansen through thick and thin. No, I'm not. If you guys have watched the show, you know I've been a proponent of closer by committee since long time ago. Okay, since late 2019, really. But here we go. I'm not a fan of Roberts at all as a coach. Gary A. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know what to tell you. Give me a specific reason why. Bullpen management, I think that could possibly be one. But if you're gonna give me a specific reason versus just tell me why you're not a fan of him, I guess is my question. Give Roberts a raise. Blue Magic. Seager is a must sign. Gregory. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd call him a must sign because I think, Mookie Betts is a must sign, right? You can't let a guy like that get away, but I think he's close to it. I think he's close to a must sign, and even if he's not a must sign, if he ever left the Dodgers, if he signed with another team, it would just be pain. It would really be painful because this is a guy you drafted. This is a guy that you developed, and this is a guy that has just been, look, I mean, he's a guy, anytime, look, you got a first-round pick, the 18th pick in the first round in 2012, and he's coming out there. You develop these guys, and he wins the World Series, NLCS World Series MVP. You want him to stay in L.A., but we've also seen a lot of homegrown talent leave Los Angeles. We've seen guys go to other teams. So it's definitely possible this is a business, and his agent is the Thanos of MLB sports agents, and you guys know what I'm talking about. That is Mr. Scott Boras. So that's always the fear. But Roberts doesn't hold players accountable. That's from LK. Scherzer and Buehler are fighting for it, but Burns is there. We got Doc getting money and bringing home that ring. We got Roberts has cost us at least one ring straight up. I mean, we can get into that debate if you want. I mean, if you want to talk about Rich, so this is the thing. So if he cost you one ring, so I guess if you're saying that you're just gonna operate on the assumption that Rich Hill was gonna just stay in that game and shove the rest of the way, and that the Astros weren't gonna cheat, because look, the thing is, okay, this is the thing I have with Roberts. If you're a guy that says that Roberts should be fired, then you should never be a guy that says that, or not a guy, a person. You should never be a person that complains about the 2017 Houston Astros, and you should never say the Dodgers would have beaten the Houston Astros, because it kind of makes you a little bit of a hypocrite. Because the reality is, if he wins in 2017 and he wins in 2020 and he takes that 2018 team that really overachieved to get to the World Series, to win a Game 7 on the road and a Game 163. And then, of course, 2019 happened. That team they lost to ends up winning it all. You're really going to tell me you're going to replace a manager that had won 2 World Series in 4 years? I'll tell you this. If you're a general manager of a baseball team and you did that, you wouldn't be a general manager of a baseball team. You'd be fired very quickly. So which one is it, I guess, is my question. Like I've said for a long time, is he the perfect manager when it comes to tactics and managing a bullpen? And I think some of his instincts when it comes to leaving guys in and pulling guys in, yeah. Does that leave more to be desired at times? It definitely does. Is he loyal to a fault at times? Does he have his guys? He does. But you got to take the good with the bad. What you can't replace is the clubhouse culture that he's created. And I'm telling you right now, the players in the Dodgers, they play hard for Dave Robertson. Justin Turner, flat out said it yesterday. They're going to fight like heck to try to win him another World Series, that he's been great as Dodgers manager. So you'd be in a big disagreement with all the players on this roster, or a vast majority of them. But here we go. Kevin Guzman, yeah. Soundboard not working. Is it not? Oh, man. I gotta get on this. Buehler is 2. Yeah. Let me. What kind of code? It's actually like, man, I messed up. That was the regular one. I guess it's the 0 one. My bad. I actually don't have any water too, which is kind of bad. I need to get some water. I've been drinking just Coke, but I guess I have tap water. I'll drink that too. Coke with a silly straw, man. Yeah. I don't know, because I thought, all right, man, I don't want to waste your time. Who do you guys think is going to win the Cy Young? I want to do a rapid fire there. What does your gut tell you right now? I want to know from you guys. But Urias is exhausted. They better not wait till the offseason to sign Max. Yeah, I really want to see him back. But smash that like button for D-Mac. Show him some love. Thanks, Diane. Cesar, D-Mac, do you actually play Let's Go Dodgers? I don't even hear anything on YouTube. Interesting. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of that, see what's up. We never seem to keep guys for their whole career. Yeah. Doug, what up, Vincent? Sunday, hope it's true. T-squared is a must sign. I agree with that. Chasing first place is so fun. The reason, too, like why you got to consider them must signs, too, is you gave up those 2 prospects, who were your top 2 prospects, in Josiah Gray and Keibert Ruiz. So, yeah. 17 was obviously out of his control. 19 specifically. Yeah, I mean, look, 19, look, I agree with you 100%. You're not going to have a perfect manager. But that team, look, bringing in Clayton Kershaw as some type of, to have him kind of rewrite the narrative of him in that game. He's not the guy you want to bring out of a bullpen. And you saw what happened in that one. Don't completely want to revisit it, but yeah, I mean, that was bad. You gotta keep in. You know, you should have left it. You should have kept in. Kenta Maeda, who was actually rolling and who was really one of the best, he was on fire. It was just sad to see. It was sad to see him, what happened to Clayton Kershaw that 2019 season. It did feel like the narrative kind of fit himself. That image is kind of like burned into my head, really. The Dodgers had that 3-1 lead. And look, Walker Buehler in that game didn't have his best command, but yeah, I mean, he comes in and that was just tough. That was a tough one. Clayton Kershaw, he just was able to get those big outs, and you saw what happened there with Anthony Rendon and Juan Soto. You saw what Joe Kelly did with Kendrick, but look, it was a team loss for sure, and that one. You want to pin on Roberts, you totally can. I get it. I mean, that team wasn't as talented. It was a 106-win team, wasn't as talented as this team. I think that really you saw guys top to bottom with the Corey Seagers and the Cody Bellingers not have good series. And Max Muncy, Max Muncy had a couple games, but offensively that team just wasn't getting it done. A.J. Pollock struck out 11 times in 13 at-bats, but that just kind of felt like they ran into a buzzsaw with the Washington Nationals, and I do definitely think that was a misstep. Do you really think that 2019 Dodger team goes on to win the World Series? I think they would have had a tough time beating that Astros team that year, specifically with Cole and with the guys they had. But hey, it's definitely possible. Scherzer, Doug. You will win Cy Young from Go. Yeah, man. Maybe if I play like Little League or something, I would win the Cy Young, the Little League Cy Young right now. Go Danny Almonte or something. Webb for Cy Young. Webb is a baller, man. Hey, man, no hate on that, man. That dude's legit. EM out. Gut Scherzer. Since 2015, it's been either the Dodgers in the World Series or the team that has beat the Dodgers in the playoffs in the World Series. That's from Dog Days, bringing his facts to the fight. Yeah, that's great. That shows. I mean, that does help you sleep a little better at night when knowing that. Of course, we saw 2015 and then 2016. That Cubs team was just. They were on a run. The Dodgers they had them on the ropes early in that series, and I thought that was going to be the year. And in 2017, you saw what happened. 2018, and then 2019, and then 2020, they got it done. But Max, Diane Schroeder, you got to win the Cy Young. I want to see Buehler for Cy, but he's going to have to finish strong. Anthony Keene, I'm with you. Max S. This is from Junior Ramirez over on Facebook. Max S. deserves to win it, especially at his age year and the way he's still going. That's damn good. That's like Clayton doing something like that. Mad Max is doing. Max. Okay, this is from Junior Ramirez. Max S. deserves to win it, especially at the age year and the way he's still going. That's damn good. That's like Clayton doing something like Mad Max is doing. He would be in the close race of winning it. Yeah, I think that's the thing, too. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it that at his age. And if you look at the fastball velocity, it's really, 94, 95 out on average, and that's where it was 10 years ago, which is crazy. And then we've seen Clayton Kershaw, who's at age 33, we've seen him lose so much velocity over the years, going from 94, 95 down to 90s, and we'll see him hit high 89 at the time. So, yeah, I mean, some guys just they're just lucky, man. So a lot of it's just some of those they really, really made Kershaw 189 postseason innings, and the way all those short series, all those times that he went on short rest against the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, those are like, those take their toll, and there's no question about it. But look, Kershaw's nothing to prove at this point. He really doesn't. I mean, to me, you can say Jock Peterson, but I'm letting you know if Clayton Kershaw finishes that game strong in Game 5 of the World Series, he's going to take home the World Series MVP. He was cruising in Game 4, but look, 47 breaking pitches. They didn't swing at anything. They were clearly cheating. So to me, Clayton Kershaw should have a World Series MVP on his mantle and 2 World Series titles to go along with 3 Cy Youngs and an MVP. So, yeah, he has nothing to prove, really doesn't. But look, I mean, he would like to win another World Series and go out on top. I do think he's coming back, but I do think that another World Series, 162-game World Series, where he's a contributor, where he's going out there and he's giving you quality, that's going to be big. But how about Dodger Stadium chanting Padres? Ha, ha, ha. Oh, did they do that? I must have missed that on mute late. That's really funny, Vincent. I ain't mad at it. We troll the Padres a lot, but now we're allies with them, and they got to go up there. And, yeah, they might as well be wearing Dodger – might as well imagine Tatis in a Dodger uniform, or Manny Machado can put on his old Dodger uniform tomorrow, because we need them to go up there and win a game. But D-Mac and D-Nation, best in the business. Thanks, Blue Magic. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Dodgers get the win. Dodgers get the win. They pick up a game on the Giants, which was massive. They're now 94-53. They go 6-0 on the homestand. They've won 24 of their last 31 games. They're 2-10 since July 31st. They get it done today. Julio Urias, not his best night. The bullpen picks it up. Bigford did give up that home run. He gave up that home run against St. Louis, so you want to see him get to the bottom of that, just leaving some fastballs leaking in the middle of the zone. I think that he's got to be a little more pinpoint with the way he paints his fastball, but he'll get to the bottom of that. He's been big all season long. But the Dodgers get the win. Exciting times. 15 to play or 16? 15 to play now. That's insane to me, guys. I can't believe it. I feel like the season just started. But thanks for rocking with us. But it's bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. You know how we get down. The full count. Bases loaded. Let's get some final takes here. And if you got anything hot, come at me with some hot takes. But I appreciate you guys, the best fans in the game. My man Gary A., what's up? Appreciate you giving me your takes on Dave Roberts. Like I said, we don't have to agree on everything, because that would make for a pretty boring show. So anytime you do disagree, I want that. I'm not like these other guys that want to have an echo chamber. Trust me, the sake of debate is only good. But here we go. The enemy of the enemy is my friend, Anthony Keene. Thank you. I should have said line, Anthony Keene, and you could have fed me that. Kersh is the best lefty of the generation. MVP and Cy Young in the same season. Resume is ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna do this Kershaw versus Scherzer versus Verlander, and yeah, his peak was just outrageous. You're absolutely right. Thanks, always a great show. Hopefully, you enjoyed some micheladas on me. Thanks, my man Don Kim. You the man, bro. Love you, D-Mac. Thanks, Lennon. Only time it's okay to be a Padres fan. Yeah, guys, let's not buy Padres uniforms or anything like that. Let's not go crazy with it. But hey, tomorrow, Friars, you get it done. Look, man, give me the swag chain. I want to spin it, man. I know we hate on it. I just want to wear it once, okay? It's kind of, I'd rather have a Tio Albert hug, but if they win tomorrow and if they beat the Giants for the rest of their games played this season, I'll wear that swag chain because that'll get us the division win. Finish him. There you go. Finish him. Giants finally lose. D-Mac with the swag chain. Hey, man, look, I love D-Mac. Love the show, bro. Hey, Gary, you the man, bro. Kersh is definitely the second best lefty ever. You're the best. Hey, thanks, guys. Respect. Tomorrow, big game. Hey, pray to your sports gods that the Padres get it done. Borrow the UPS shirt from the delivery man, Blue Magic. Hey, man, we're going to end up now because you got me rolling. But thanks again, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Go to gearup.la. I'm going to get this light fixed. This is like a little in the dark here. But thanks again, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Also, download the new Dodgers Nation app for my Android iPhone users. See you guys a little later in the week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Go Friars. I'm not going to say go Padres. Say go Friars. And hopefully the Dodgers got a big series up in Cincinnati. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. You guys are the best fans in the game. You already know that. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.